and works to develop the local and regional film industry. But while ideas and artistry are indeed the mainstay of film, business is the backbone. So just how important is it to develop the business side of the industry? Well, Shivani Pandya is here to answer that question. She's the MD of the Gulf Film Festival. Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
So how important is it to have the business side taken into account at these festivals?
Well, it's really important. Essentially, I mean, if you look at the industry here, it's at nascent stages. And if we're looking at the development and making it a serious industry, it's important to develop the business side of it along with the artistic side. And I think as years come by, you'll see that, you will start seeing the results and the fruits of the whole thing. Currently, there's a growth of about 8% in the box office. And yet the number of films that are getting made here are very, very small. If you look at the feature films, you look at a couple of films being made a year. So I think it's important to look at the business aspect, because if people are going to make an investment in this industry, they're really looking for returns. So it's very, very important to cover that.
Okay, and what about the filmmakers themselves? If you've got an idea, you want to make a film, how important is it to take into account the business aspect from day one?
It's extremely important. I think when you're developing your script, I think the producer, while he or she is looking for funds, they also need to see how they can get a return on the funds. So when they're at the stages of development, it's important that they see how they can actually distribute the film, see what kind of sales agents might be looking for these kind of films, where all they can distribute it, who their target audience is, how they're going to promote the film. And these are things that need to be considered right from the beginning if you want to make sure that your film actually gets a return when you're ready to distribute it.
Okay, so the film festival promotes local and regional cinema, but how easy is it to get funding, and how easy is it to get your film distributed already? And does more need to be done to help these filmmakers in those areas?
I think a lot of encouragement is already being given to the filmmakers, but it's important that more happens. And if you look at it from a funding perspective, yes, there are institutions and there are independent bodies that are looking and are giving funding to films, but there has to be more. The government has to support it more, because it's a long term. You'll only see the fruits in the long term. And I think there are lots of countries that have done that. You see that in the UK, you see that in New Zealand and Canada. It's always been an investment that's been made, and then in the long term you see results of the entire thing. And I think a lot of the festivals are now sort of supporting, and the Gulf Film Festival too is supporting the young filmmakers here. And we're encouraging it by sort of entrenching right from the get-go that, it is a business. This year we've launched the Gulf Script Market, where we're going to be promoting scripts, and we've got about 15 script writers that are going to be mentored, and then after that they're actually going to pitch their scripts out to producers and directors. Okay. And we've also got some producers coming down from Germany that are going to be reviewing these projects, and eventually we have the Robert Bosch Foundation that will be funding these projects.
Okay, so you're going to really help them from the end to the beginning. Thank you so much. Good luck with that.
Not at all, my pleasure. Thank you.